Hey, what's up, guys? I hope that you're doing well, enjoying the longer days. I wanted to provide you just with a very brief market update. Well, I hope it's brief. We'll see if it's brief or not. But, anyways, if you haven't heard, the Federal Reserve met to discuss rates and where the current inflation rate is. And guess what? Inflation actually rose to 3.2%, not what they anticipated, expected, or wanted. And so it is unlikely that they are going to cut rates anytime soon. And by cutting rates, that would have an impact that would drive mortgage interest rates down as well. So it's unlikely that mortgage interest rates are going to come down anytime soon. Let's dig into where we currently are in the real estate market. And I'm going to go back 10 years just to show you guys some really interesting statistics here. So I'm just going to show you, first of all, just homes for sale. So when we are looking at homes for sale, going back all the way to 2014, look at this. Down, 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 down. And I'm going to look at new listings. We've seen inventory drop, but this shows you how dramatic it has dropped over the last decade. In terms of new listings, we're able to see the cyclical nature of the market, with the winners being significantly less inventory and it peaking in late spring, early summer. You can see May, June, June 2022. There was a bunch of inventory. Why was there so much inventory in June of 2022? Is because home sellers wanted to get into the game before the market turned, because they saw the mortgage interest rates rising. And so everyone flooded to get their homes on the market. So that's why we saw that huge number in June of 2022. And so we see this, but look at this. In December of 2023, there were 47 new listings in Bellingham, 131 in Whatcom County. Where can you find that throughout the county, throughout the last decade? You can't. Going back to, I think, December of 2014, we saw 95 new listings, 197. Look at that. That is such a low amount of inventory, of new listings. So if there's any question as to why is the market behaving in this way that it is now, it's because inventory is super, super low. People are not wanting to give up their extremely low interest rates to make whatever lateral move that they want to make, or to downsize, or to upgrade. They're just sticking with what they have because their interest rates are so stinking low. And so let's look at closed sales here, and we see something fairly similar. So we're up a little bit from last year, from where we were in January of 2023. So up just a smidge. Bellingham 67 last year of January, 141 in Whatcom to 70, so up a little tiny bit. And then it starts to pick up a little bit in February. But as you can see, if we're looking at any sort of trend, we'll probably, if we're to make any sort of prediction, is that this year is going to be probably fairly similar to last year in terms of the trajectory of the market, in terms of closed sales. Now let's look at sales price over the last 10 years. This is really fascinating because we can see this rise and rise and rise and rise, and then boom, peak June of 2022, right? So market data lags as well, because when you look at closed sales, you're looking at, it takes on average about 30 days for a home to close. So those homes went on under contract in May. And so that's when we really started to see that spring, where the Fed started jacking the federal funds rate. We started to see the mortgage interest rates rise. The writing was on the wall. That's why we saw so many new listings hit in May, June. But we saw the market peak out in June of 2022. And then we've seen it come down a little bit. It's right here. This is monthly data, right? So you can see this sort of trend here of this market sort of stabilizing. If you look at it through 2022 to 2024, it's right here, right? So where are we at currently in terms of mortgage interest rates? Well, mortgage interest rates were down in the mid sixes. They jumped up past 7.13%. They're now high sixes, low sevens, depending on obviously your credit score and all that stuff. So mortgage interest rates are probably going to stay the same I don't anticipate any cuts anytime soon. They were saying that by midway through the year they were going to cut the mortgage, they're going to cut the federal funds rate. That's unclear right now. That might not happen. So it's unlikely that mortgage interest rates are going to change anytime soon. And so I'm going to show you just one listing here, though, because I thought this was really interesting. Just a microcosm of our market here. This house is pending. It's on Liberty Street. It's 1965 square feet. It was pending about just a little over a week ago. And I'm going to show you real quick. This house needed a ton of work, a bunch of work. It was in pretty rough shape, really rough shape. And I'm using this as an example of kind of what we're seeing in the market, because some stuff's taking a little bit longer, but a lot of stuff we're seeing bidding wars. And this house, decent sized lot, 7,000 square foot lot, was listed at $659, and they received over 8 offers on this property, and it went over 800,000, I'm told, cash offer. So buyers have adjusted themselves to the mortgage interest rates, and there's still a lot of cash floating around out there. And our inventory is so stinking low that we've seen some bidding wars return that are sort of dependent on location, right? This is a really great location on the Seaholm Hill. Other stuff in not as good location might take a little bit longer to sell. But right now, with the low inventory and buyers coming to life in the spring, we're seeing homes sell fairly quickly. So that's really all I've got for you guys right now. Again, we don't have a crystal ball, but this is really, really interesting to see kind of what is happening in our market. So if there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Until next time, take care.